100.7 The Tiger. Hey, y'all. Brittany Rose here with Off the Record, and Woman Crush Wednesday is today. And I brought in one of my biggest woman crushes, Miss Ashley Cooke.
Hello, what's up?
How are you doing?
I'm doing so good. How are you doing?
I've been doing great. So you've been traveling a lot lately?
So much.
I love
I swear
that.
to God, I have not slept in my bed like at all. The last 2023 and 2024. I mean, it's only like what, January, whatever.
Yeah.
But
No.
We've been really busy, which has been awesome. It's like a fun time in my career. It's just been very busy, but very fun.
Yes, and I don't sleep well if I'm not sleeping in my own bed.
Really?
Yes.
I think originally I was like that, but I think that now after this is like year 3
You're used
of tour.
to it now.
I mean, I slept on the van bench for most
Oh
of the
my
nights.
gosh.
Like we make it work.
No, completely. So tell me about your new song you have out right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my song is called Your Place.
I love it.
And the hook is It Ain't Your Place, and it's a kind of play on words talking to a toxic ex.
Yeah.
I had this ex that cheated on me, and when he cheated on me, I was so sick of. I think we talked about him before. Actually,
We have. I wasn't going to say
air it out. I
nothing,
know. But yeah, so he cheated on me, and I don't know if it was after or before. I think it was after I saw you guys that he cheated on me. But anyways, but yeah, so he cheated on me, and I was so sick of feeling so like disrespected in that sense. And so I got in a room and I wrote this song called Your Place, and it really is just kind of an anthem for anybody that has been either just like treated terribly or been cheated on in a relationship, to kind of get your power back. And it's a play on words with saying it ain't your place to walk up, say hey, ask how I've been. Like, it ain't your place to do all of these things. And then the end of the chorus says you don't get to care where I'm waking up these days, because it ain't your place.
It ain't your place.
Like your house. Or
yes,
your so,
yes,
exactly.
I love it.
So, yeah, it's a little
I
bit
love
about it. Yeah.
Did you write it by yourself?
No, I didn't. I wrote it with Jordan Minton and Mark Trussell, who are some incredible writers in Nashville, like my go-to writers.
Yeah. So a lot of your songs, I feel like, are a lot of loving and leaving songs. Do you go through a lot of bad relationships where you write all these songs, or like how's the process?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I like Love It and Leave It. That's a good, like, mark that down as like a brand.
Wait, if y'all hear that song next, y'all
Love It and
heard
Leave
it here
It.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I'm 26, and I think as a young 20-something, my whole, teenage years, I think I just, like, sought out the toxic in some ways. Like, I think I just decided to, have fun and deal with it and let it be. So I think I was just in and out of some pretty terrible situations.
Right.
And toxic relationships and manipulation and all that stuff. But now I'm with somebody who I really love, and he's super great and treats me very well. So I think just, maturity hits you. Maturity hits you, and you're like, okay, this is dumb. Let's just get out of this situation.
I love it. I love that you said that, because I didn't want to ask you, but I did ask you over at when we talked at the CMA Awards remotes, and you did say that you were out of a toxic relationship and that you were in a good one at the time. So I'm glad to hear that that's still going strong.
Me too. Yeah, he's really great, and I feel like it's the first time that I've ever been like, oh, so this can be like fun and not boring, and also respectful and kind. So he's really awesome.
I bet it's really hard being on the road a lot, though.
It is. It really is. But at the same time, like, I mean, whatever you do, your career, you got to find somebody that loves you and can respect you in all of that and can understand it and meet you where you are. Because this career is so crazy in travel. It's like no career would match up perfectly with it, just with the way that my life is.
Nope.
So it's really fun to get to.
He would have to be your roadie in order to like.
Which I don't think that would be fun. I don't know.
No.
offense to anybody that's
We
done that,
can't be together 24/7.
Exactly. I'd be like, okay, now I'm over it. Like, I'm sick of you. Get out of my bunk. It's like.
Yes. So let's talk about It's Been a Year. So that song is amazing. It's been very popular on TikTok and all over the social media. So how did that song come about?
Oh man, do you want the long story or the short story?
Long one, girl. We're here for a good time.
So basically, the day that I was writing that song, I got a call from my mom, and she told me that my grandma has breast cancer for like the 3rd time. It just keeps coming back. I don't know why she keeps getting it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, that's really tough. And I was thinking back to the last time I had seen my grandma. And from when I wrote the song, it was exactly a year to like the day that I had seen her.
Wow.
And it was like, well, that's super weird.
That's
like
a
God
sign.
moment. Yeah, something's weird. But I was like, okay, this is tough news. I'm just going to put it in the back of my mind and go write a song and go, see my friends and write music. So I walk in the room to this write. And I sit down and we're all just kind of talking about stuff. And one of the co-writers, Brett Tyler, he was like, hey, I have this idea for a song. I don't know if it's like a breakup song or a love song or what it'd be. He's like, but the title's called It's Been a Year.
And you felt that, huh?
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's too weird. And I was like, it's not a breakup song. I think I know what we have to write this about. And so I told them the whole story and exactly that it was a year. And so we made the first couple lines of that song. I haven't seen my grandparents kind of in that song.
Yeah.
And it gets even crazier because the day that we released It's Been a Year, my grandma was declared in remission from breast cancer. The day, like, she got the call that day.
Yay!
So super crazy. The song is really
Yeah.
just about, you know, the craziness of my last couple years and the ups and the downs and all of that. But that's like the long story too.
Right. No, I love that. And I love watching people's TikToks on it with all their different pictures and videos
Me
of
too.
the years that they've done in the past. I mean,
It's
that's
really
just wild. How does that make you feel that your song's so popular on TikTok and that people really, I guess, can relate to it and feel it when they hear it?
It's really special. I
Yeah.
mean, even shows that I'll play, people will walk up after the show and say, like, it's been a year is
Yeah.
literally exactly how I feel. And people will say that they had similar stories to mine where, like, their significant other passed away, or, you know, just they went through a really tough time, but also some great times in the year. And they're like, we heard this song on whatever radio station or wherever they heard it. And they're like, man, you know, like, this song really hit me so hard, and it described my year perfectly. So thank you for writing it. And so it really means a lot. You know, it's the whole purpose of music is to relate to people and make people feel understood through what you're saying. And so it's one of those songs that I'm like, man, I can't believe that just kind of happened to me, and it's so personal to me, but now other people can also really relate to it and make it personal to their lives too. So it's really special.
Absolutely. So you had an album come out this year, and both those songs are on it.
Yeah.
Kind of give us a rundown with the album. Tell us the title, when did it come out, and how can people find it?
Yeah, so it came out in July. It's my debut album. It's 24 songs.
Woo!
It's basically a double album.
Yeah.
And I didn't plan on doing that, to be honest. I love to write songs. I've always written songs, and just that's kind of how I got into all of this. It's just writing songs, and I was writing songs, and I wrote like probably, like 30, 35, 40 songs and for this project, and we were kind of whittling down to see which ones we want to put on it. And I had this writing retreat, and this song happened that was called Shot in the Dark. And it happened so like a shot in the dark, where we were on the third day of the writing retreat about to go home, and we were writing a different idea, and somebody in the room was like, you know, let's just, like, you know, drink some coffee and sit on this idea, because I don't really know if we're feeling this idea.
You don't drink coffee.
I drink decaf coffee.
Oh, decaf.
I drink decaf, they drink regular. Just to clarify.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're sitting at this, you know, kitchen table in this house trying to write this other idea, and we're just talking because we couldn't really finish up that idea. And somebody was like, yeah, you know, sometimes life is just a shot in the dark and it happens. And I was like, we got to write that. And so I loved the title and the song and the concept of Shot in the Dark, because as a young artist in my debut album, like, it is kind of a shot in the dark, you know, like you're releasing music to the world being like, hope you like my soul. Like, here you go. Like,
right.
And, you know, this is just taking a shot in the dark in this industry and in my career. And so it really felt fitting for my first project. So,
well, this is perfect for my next question too, because when I was kind of looking at your album, I guess one of the descriptions was emotional, vulnerable. And I was like, I wonder how Ashley feels that they, I guess, described her album as vulnerable.
Yeah. It's so funny because I feel like people tend to say my music is vulnerable. And I think I've just always been such a massive fan of lyrics. Like, lyrics are my everything. And so I think it's fun to get to, you know, put what I feel in my situations into the lyrics. And if it doesn't hit me, then it won't hit other people. And that's why I keep remembering. So vulnerability is huge in what I do.
That's awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Ashley, for taking the time to come in and chit chat with us. And y'all make sure you go check out Ashley on all social medias. Give everybody your social media platforms.
Yeah, so it's just at the Ashley Cooke with an E on the end, like cookie without the I. That's how I always have to describe it. Yeah, you can find me there.
Okay, go check her out. And like I said, thank you once again for taking the time. And if you would like to check out the full interview with Ashley Cooke, you can go check it out on 100.7 The Tiger's website, or you can go check it out on 100.7 Tiger's YouTube page. So, Ashley, we're going to continue on with this conversation. Anything particular about the road you hate?
Ooh, that's a really great question. This is like super specific.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is so random.
Well, we want to know the behind the scenes stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I've become such like a health freak lately. Like, I feel like I love to like eat really healthy and like even just like take care of my skin. Like,
the decaf coffee.
Yes. Yeah. Like, just taking care of yourself is really important for like the longevity of your life and career and all that.
Yeah.
And so to me, water, like shower water, like the water in different places is so tough because every city has different water.
Soft water, hard water. Yeah.
Like, okay, in Baton Rouge, the water's like it feels like it never gets off your skin.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
I was thinking that this morning. I
don't know.
I feel like I just use soap and it won't come off my skin.
I know.
You know?
I don't know.
It's like soft water. But so all the different water, it's just, I feel like it like makes you feel weird. I don't know.
No, I get
That's so
that.
random, but I feel like that's the worst part.
How often do you wash your hair?
That's a great question. I'd say like every 2 days.
Okay.
I used to be an everyday washer. But
Oh,
now,
did you?
yeah, but I think I just
couldn't
like
do
learned
it.
my lesson from that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I wash it once a week.
Really?
I'm going on a week right now.
Do you just
I
like
know.
dry shampoo?
I ran out of dry shampoo, so I haven't even used it this week.
How does
so
your hair not look greasy as hell? That's crazy.
there ain't no telling.
Dang.
It's just
My hair would
I'm
look
just
so
pulling it
greasy.
back. Yeah.
Mine would be so bad. I washed my hair this morning because I was like, "There's no way."
I was going to, but like I said, the baby wasn't sleeping, so I just
Oh,
couldn't.
gosh.
I couldn't do it.
You have to have the caffeine. I'm over here like,
Absolutely.
"We'll have a baby. We'll see."
Yes. So, what is one thing that you like about yourself?
Oh man, one thing I like about myself. That's so. I feel like that's like,
Isn't that a crazy hard
deep.
question to ask someone? Like,
yeah.
I was thinking about it earlier, and I'm like, I don't know.
One thing I like about myself. I would say my curiosity.
Okay.
I'm a very curious person, and I think that because of that, I'm very connective. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of time people, when they, this is so weird to talk about myself, but I feel
No,
like
I know.
a lot of time when people leave, like, conversations and stuff, when we hang out, they say, like, you really just made me feel like you were listening, and, like, you were intentional, and,
You
like,
cared, yeah.
you cared, and I feel like it's because the second you lose your curiosity is the second that you, I feel like, just stop learning.
Agreed.
And that's how you get older and you age
Yeah.
mentally. You know what I mean?
My husband says that it's me being nosy, but I just tell him I'm just a curious
It's curiosity,
person.
and that's good. You know, I think that's important to be curious.
Absolutely. What is one beauty tip that you would like to give the females out there?
Beauty tip to
Mm-hmm.
give the females. Vital proteins, collagen, peptides.
Okay.
That stuff is literally God's powder on the earth. It's amazing. It's
Yes.
I had like weird hair loss with extensions that I used to like
Uh-huh.
put in, and my hair like all fell out and it was super thin, and I swear collagen peptides have been like a savior.
It's so funny that you say that. So ever since I've had baby Colt, I kind of lost hair over
Yeah.
on this side, and my mother-in-law was like, "I have this collagen powder if you want to try
You
it."
put it in your coffee or your water and just like chug it.
Yes.
It literally is a game changer.
I'm gonna
It's huge.
try it now. If
With your
Ashley
skin,
Cooke
your
says
hair.
it,
I know, it's everything. It's
yes.
amazing.
Absolutely. So, you've been, I guess you could say, there. You have a lot of songs with a bunch of different other artists. Is there anybody else that you have not collaborated with yet that you would like to collaborate with?
That's a great question. In country, I'd
It doesn't
say
matter, yeah.
Just anybody. Okay. Ed Sheeran is for sure my
Oh,
number
okay.
one. I've always wanted to collaborate with him. He's like, I just respect his art so much, and the fact that he can like sell out arenas with just him and a loop pedal and a guitar.
Yes.
It blows my
Isn't
mind.
it amazing?
Yeah, he's super unique and different. In country, I'd say Thomas Rhett is one that I'd really love to collaborate with.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's really talented, and I feel like I love his family life, and I feel like he's very consistent throughout his music and who he is as a person.
Yeah.
I just love him. I think he's great.
I think that's a great answer. I would love to see that happen.
We'll see, you know?
What
Spread
about
the
a female country artist?
Ooh, honestly, there's so many that I'd love to collaborate with. Top of mind, Lainey Wilson.
Yeah.
She is one of my great friends. She's like been a mentor and a friend for like the whole time that we've both been in this thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just get along as humans, and I think that it'd be really fun to get to do something together. And
Well, if
obviously,
y'all do that, y'all have to bring it on here to Louisiana because she's from
I'm so
Louisiana.
down. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I know it'd be super fun to get to do that eventually with her.
Absolutely. How has your home life and your family life changed since you've gotten into the music business?
My family, they're truly the most supportive people on the planet, and they always have been. My parents just moved to Nashville. My sister's in Nashville too, so we're always
Yay.
together. And I swear, like, I don't know if I could survive without them being there.
Right.
They're so much fun. And they fly to shows just to come support. And I feel like my home life hasn't really changed, minus the fact of me just not being home as much. But as soon as I get home, even if it's just for a couple hours, I go to their house. And my dad's super into fitness lately, so he's been like, he got like an ice bath and a sauna and all this stuff in their house. So
cool.
we do all that together. We kind of bond over it.
Yeah.
They're my rock. They're my family's like, they're my home base.
Yes. My sister is my best friend. Like, I don't know what I would do without my sister. How old is your sister?
She's 28.
Yeah. Okay, so she's like 2 years older than you.
Yeah, we're like
okay.
a year and a half. Which we've always been like best friends.
What's her
throughout our
name?
lives. Her name's Jen.
Jen. Shout out
she's
Jen.
she's an actress actually.
Ooh.
Which is kind of weird. Like, kind of backstory how I even got into music.
Yeah.
When I was younger, my sister got super into acting, and so we moved to LA.
Oh.
And I was like the sporty tomboy kid that didn't want to be in the spotlight at
Yeah.
all. And I got kind of dragged along to auditions with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And so I did some acting and singing and stuff and modeling and all that when I was younger because of my
Really?
sister. So she kind
Yeah.
of like, shout out Jen. She's like, she's everything. She's
Do you
awesome.
know her social medias that people can go check her out?
Yeah, it's weird. My whole family is at our name Cooke. So like it's my mom's like the Beth Cooke. My dad's like the Dennis Cooke.
it.
My sister's the Jen Cooke. So and she's Jen with 2 N's. She's amazing. Yeah.
Makes it easy.
It absolutely does. We're branding the family, guys.
Right.
My
No.
mom's like, I don't want to be in social media.
Y'all
My
gonna
mom
have like a
hates it.
whole like brand
Reality show?
outline.
I
Yeah,
know.
reality show. Y'all
My
gonna
mom,
have clothing line.
We've like joked about it, just like I don't know, it probably wouldn't happen. We
Yeah.
joked about it. My mom's like, I don't want to be a public figure. I'm like, Mom, what?
It's
Like,
too bad. It's too late. You're
I
already
know.
out there.
It's so funny because my parents, they're like very small town Indiana
Yeah.
kids. Like they're from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they met in high school, and they've been high school sweethearts and been together ever since.
The
And
classic
they're
story.
just they're the cutest like
Yeah.
quarterback head cheerleader.
Oh.
Like that was just their very all American. And my mom is the typical now like Midwestern mom where she's like, I don't ever want to be
Yeah.
in photos. Like leave me alone.
Oh,
like,
I know.
That's my mom, but she's the sweetest.
So I remember CRS, I want to say last year, you were doing a TikTok and you stopped me and you said, give me a hot take that you have. And I like froze. I was like, oh. And so I'm going to ask you, what's a hot take that you have?
Oh, let's see. I'm gonna freeze now.
I think I end up telling you that I think it's been so long, I don't remember their names now, for the Murdoch trials that the dad did it or something. Or
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
I would say my hot take is that. Oh, I hate this, but I think Dunkin's better than Starbucks.
No, okay. I can acknowledge that. I like Cece's coffee and
Okay,
like
Cece's good.
PJ's coffee. I like that. I
pretty good.
never go to Starbucks. I have one right by my house, and
Really?
I have this Starbucks over here because y'all brought it. But like, yeah,
I feel like I wouldn't drink it otherwise.
I mean, no, like I love it. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. It's just I
think
could do
I'm just
without.
a Dunkin' girl. I think
Yeah.
honestly, because again, I drink decaf coffee,
Yeah.
and Starbucks doesn't have a decaf iced coffee. It's only a decaf iced Americano.
Really?
I like normal coffee, and so Dunkin' has like a decaf iced coffee. So,
Y'all, Dunkin' Donuts. If you're looking for like
pretty
somebody to get your name out there, Ashley Cooke over here.
sponsor me.
Yeah.
Coffee forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love
One last thing.
Yeah.
Your last name's Cook.
Yep.
Do you cook?
I can. Do I?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's hard to do on the road because I'm home
Yeah.
like one night a week, if that at best, and so it's tough. Like we're getting a bus this year, which I'm really excited.
Whoa, that's a big step.
I
That's
know,
huge.
We're making moves. But yeah, so I feel like maybe if there's like a kitchen on the bus, I doubt there's gonna be a kitchen
Probably
on the
not,
bus,
yeah.
but I'm like maybe I'll meal prep and bring
Yeah.
it on the bus, but. When I have the chance and I have time, I love to cook. My family's always like, my family sucks at cooking, which is
Yeah.
because they're like terrible at it, and I'm like the only one that can actually like kind of cook.
Kind of do it.
So I was like, Ash, you cook us something, like you make a meal, but I love it. I just
Yeah.
don't really have the time to do it, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know I've asked you like a million questions, and I'm sorry, but
I love
we
it.
just wanted to kind of get to know you a little bit better. So I appreciate you taking the time to answer all the crazy questions that I had.
You're the sweetest, for real. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Seriously. Bye, guys.